Hi everyone. So in this video we'll talk about setting up wallpapers on Hyprland, and in this video we'll talk about Hyprpaper and Swww for the wallpaper daemon, and we will also talk about Waypaper as a wallpaper switcher. So to have custom wallpapers on your Hyprland, you will have to install either Hyprpaper or Swww or any other wallpaper daemons listed in the Hyprland wiki, but I prefer to use either Hyprpaper or Swww. Hyprpaper itself is really lightweight and really easy to configure, but yeah, it lacks on like some transitions and stuff. It's not as fancy as Swww, where Swww is having like transitions and stuff. It looks cooler than Hyprpaper, but it will take a little more resource than. Before we start, we can install Hyprpaper here. And we want to install a Waypaper as the wallpaper manager. Oh wait, we're using Yay. Just run through this. And we can also install Swww as well. Nice. Close the terminal window here. We open our launcher by using Super R, and we can just open up our Waypaper. And here, as you can see, I have some wallpaper that I've downloaded before. Here, you can pick between Swww or Hyprpaper. Let's try Hyprpaper at first. Okay, maybe your screen will show nothing here because you haven't loaded any wallpaper yet from the directory where you store your wallpapers. You can click here, the folder, and then find the directory of your wallpapers. For me, it's on my downloads, so you can just click that. And as you can see it here, it shows these two wallpapers. So to load, you can just, let's go to floating window mode so you can see better for the background. We can just super V and then super hold your right mouse button to make it smaller like that, and then you can just pick between each of these. You can just click, for example, here the cat one, and it will just load like that. And then if you want to change, you can just click the other one just like that. It's the same for Swww. You can just change it here, change it to Swww, but with Swww you can also have GIFs as your wallpaper. For example, here I have a Tom York. Because it's a GIF, it will load pretty slowly, and as you can see, there's an effect going on while loading the Swww. It's the same for the transition. You can set the thing to random and stuff. You can set to any or something. It's very customizable for the transition. You can also click this cat. You can also click this. You can also click something, for example, this again. We'll have like different animation style. And that's it. If you want to change your wallpapers pretty easily on Hyprland, that's how you do it. Okay, one thing that I forgot to mention is adding the Waypaper on the execute on boot on the hyprland.conf, located in the hyper directory in your .config, to make sure that your wallpaper loads every time you reboot your PC or do something like that, so it's not like lost and you have to configure it again and again. To do that, you can just go to hyper config. So config hyper, and you can do your text editing thing on the hyprland.conf. Then from here you want to go down, and then you will see this thing, the auto start. You want to add something here. You want to add exec once equals Waypaper restore, like that. Save, and then you want to do something here. Disable the default wallpaper of Hyprland. Here you can change this thing to 0, and you will set this thing to true, like that. You can save. Now you can quit, and for example here you want to reboot your device, and it should be still fine. The cat will still be here. Let's change our wallpaper. For example here, let's open our Waypaper. Change my wallpaper to this Junji Ito one. Nice. Now we can reboot. And voila, you will still have the wallpaper just like that. That's it. That's how you can easily configure your wallpapers in Hyprland. On the next video, we'll talk about lock screens. So yeah, stay tuned for that video, and thank you so much for watching. See ya.